Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. So I got a chance yesterday to look at the movie Oppenheimer, and I got to tell you guys, it is a excellent film. Now, the only issue I had with this film, it was the lengthy running time. This film runs 3 hours, but it does for the most part. It keeps you interested based off the complex and interesting dialogue in the movie. But me, myself, I think that they could have cut maybe 20 minutes, and that includes, post film credits. So I think they could have cut this film down to around maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes, and they still would have been able to get the point across they were trying to make, you know. And basically, this movie it's not exactly a period film, but for the most part, it does go off and on, maybe between, maybe from the early 40s to like maybe the mid or late 50s, you know. And then when you look at this character, Oppenheimer, he was a very interesting character. He was accused of being a womanizer, a communist, you know, and we know communism is a big issue and still a big issue to this day. But Cillian Murphy, his performance in this movie, he, in all likelihood, he's a lock to, at the very least, be nominated for Best Actor. I'm trying to figure out how you not give it to him. And I know a lot of times they don't like giving commercial films these commercial films like Oscar nods for some reason. I just don't understand the policies of the Oscars. And to think, this movie, I guess by today's standards, like what it's costing to make films, I think this movie is going to do very well at the box office. Because one, the movie was playing on like 4 screens. And I guess one, you have to, due to the running time, you have to put it on extra screens and stuff. And I think it's going to do very well. And I think the budget for this movie was around $100 million. So if they can get 200 million at the box office, which is feasible, I don't know what I don't know what it's going to take in opening weekend. But when I went to see it, the theater was packed. I'm talking about they sold out every seat. So, we'll see. But nevertheless, like I said, the performances in this movie is amazing. And to see who all participated in, getting this project did, the Manhattan Project, is amazing. They even had, some black people involved in the Manhattan Project. I don't know how pivotal a role they played in it, but they did recognize that there were some black people involved in the Manhattan Project. And I don't know whether that should be a badge of honor based off what nuclear weapons can do. They basically can destroy the world. So I don't want to say that's good or bad. And when you look at the Oppenheimer character, Cillian Murphy did a very good job of basically showing his vulnerability at times. He wasn't like a heartless soul. It was one of those situations. It had good intensive purposes, but then he did realize what could possibly transpire with this weapon, and he felt like, hey, I had no choice. Now, he did have a hearing, and for the most part, I guess you could say he was hurt by it, but then at the same time, he bounced back from it, but then towards the end, he just really thought about it, and he thought about what the future could hold. And I kind of like the way they ended the film, where basically they kind of hinted to what nuclear weapons are today and what they could lead to. These nuclear weapons could literally destroy the earth. And it talks about people and having that type of access and building that kind of stuff. And it makes you wonder what go on through their head when you got people that can sit up there and just, drop a weapon of mass destruction and kill hundreds of thousands of people at the blink of an eye. So it has a moral texture to it as well. So like I said, the Oppenheimer character, he isn't heartless. So it wasn't like, yeah, I don't care. He did care. And at the end of the day, it is one of them situations. Everybody has came to that moment where they thought they were doing good, and then they realized at the end of the day, nah, maybe this wasn't the right decision. Maybe I shouldn't have did this. But then he felt that he had no choice. So I don't want to say too much. Like I said, it's a great movie. A lot of people in this movie, a lot of familiar faces. Even if you don't know their name, it's kind of like, oh, I know who this guy is. Oh, I know who that guy is. And like I said, to think that they was able to get this done, with all those people, on $100 million budget on the dot, that says a lot. So I can't wait to see what this movie's going to do over the weekend. But I highly recommend the movie. Like I said, the only pet peeve I have about this movie is that it runs, like I said, to me, my own personal opinion, it runs maybe 20 minutes too long. That's about it. And I expect, going into 2024, I expect this movie to be nominated probably for probably damn near everything from Best Picture to Best Cinematography to Best Director, Best Actor. I think Emily Blunt is going to be in the running for Best Supporting Actress. I don't know if you can give her a Best Actress because she has enough screen time, but I don't think she has enough screen time to get Best Actress. And the Oscar Academy is known for doing that kind of stuff where they might nominate her for the wrong category. I think if she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress, I think she should be the favorite. Robert Downey Jr., once again, Robert Downey Jr. could be nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And then the same could be said for Matt Damon. But I expect this movie to be nominated for a minimum of at least 8 or 9 Oscars. I'll be surprised if it isn't nominated for more than 8 or 9 Oscars. I think it's a lock to be nominated for Best Picture. I think it's a lock for Christopher Nolan to be nominated for Best Director. And to me, I think he should win. And I think Cillian Murphy is a lock to be nominated for Best Actor. So there you have it. I don't really want to reveal too much of the movie, but I highly recommend it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. So there you have it. It's your boy Town. I'm out.